This one, 6.
Break here for Cho will inspire better play. A woman who 2 years ago had serious facial surgery and breaking and resetting the jaw. She'd had lifetime problems with that. Kept her out of competition for 4 months. She's made a dramatic move up the ranking list from 256 a year ago in August to 75 currently.
Asian tennis is really coming on strong. Last year was all about the Russian Revolution. Now there truly is a bit of an Asian emergence. Players from Taipei, from India, Sanya Mirza, who will surely be watching in her next round. There's Maria Sharapova, China. 2 in the top 35 in the world are from China now.
Doubles team winning the Olympic gold. That was a huge surprise, was it not?
Yes, it was. And then Peng Shuai and Li Na from China in singles. Japan as well. And now there's a tour event in Korea, where Cho is from, in Guangzhou, that Maria Sharapova played and won last year.
And at love, so Cho does build off a break in the last game. 3-2 in the second. Games in Hardenne in a patch of play that is uncharacteristic, and it continues as her lead is down to 3-2 in the second. Just 23, the same age of her opponent, and they're the same size at 5'6". And look at that record this year, 33-3, including the championship at Roland Garros. There's that sweet backhand.
She was a little patchy at Roland Garros as well, until she needed to be tough. Remember, she was down match point to Svetlana Kuznetsova during her run at the French. In the same way that Serena Williams was down a couple of match points to Maria Sharapova in the first major of the year. And Venus down match point to Lindsay Davenport at Wimbledon for winning it. That's an odd statistic, isn't it? That all 3 of the women who won majors in 2005 had to recover from match point down somewhere along the line.
But doesn't it, if you can turn that information around, it also is testimony to the tremendous depth in the women's game. That they're just, you can win a championship, but you're going to have to fight through match point against. And this second week should be delicious here in this Open. Think about tomorrow. How about Venus and Serena Williams on the middle Sunday in the 4th round? And Maria Sharapova tomorrow against that Sonia Mirza, 18-year-old from India that's a superstar in her country and playing up to it so far.
30.
Chair umpire David Littlefield confirms the out call at 30-all. Cho earns another break point and a chance to draw even. Makes her home now in the capital of Korea. You see her, well, she's either aged quickly and before our eyes up to 26. Some confusing information about her background. You see her record thus far this year. Not many WTA matches. Only woman from Korea in the top 250 in the world.
Korea is trying to catch up with the rest of Asia in developing its players, and they've got to get. There's still a little bit of a culture gap at that tournament that was held in Korea, in Guangzhou last year. In the Players' Lounge, the players were given raw chicken heads to snack on until a WTA official explained that really wasn't the standard fare in the women's locker room.
Tastes just like chicken.
It's just like chicken heads. So they westernized the food quickly after that. But especially with the Beijing Olympics coming on, there's an awful lot of attention being paid to tennis, especially in China.
Oh, is it ever? They're going to be ready with a lot of fine players in 2008.
All those Chinese players skipped Wimbledon this year because the Nationals were going on, and depending on how the tennis players did at the Nationals and in the other sports dictated how much money was going to be allotted.
Did I hear right? $1 billion?
That's how much it could be worth, yes.
Like an avalanche, Chinese tennis talent approaching. And Henin-Hardenne fighting off another break point. Moves to 4-2 in the second. A reminder, Mondays this fall, CBS presents a new comedy about 5 friends having the time of their lives. See why critics are raving about How I Met Your Mother. Premieres Monday, September 19th on CBS, America's most watched network. So to 4-2, Henin-Hardenne up a set. A couple of games away from the 4th round for the 4-time Grand Slam winner. Cho at 2-4. Did you ever skydive, Mary? I know you're an adventurous sort.
Never have.
Kind of, it seems so out of character for Henin-Hardenne. She's almost had 20 jumps. And it does translate to her tennis, she says.
She says she likes the risk of it.
15 all.
She says she likes the fear of it. Her husband does it as well, Pierre-Yves.
There's the brain trust for Henin-Hardenne with Coach Rodriguez on the left, husband Pierre-Yves in the middle, and Pat Echeverry, the trainer, on the right.
She tends to play her best tennis, Justine Henin-Hardenne, when it's on the line. In this match, she's playing to the market.
30-15.
She'll have to pick it up. She'll certainly have to serve better if in the next round she'll play Mary Pierce, who's been having a terrific season. Finalist of the French, and then a very solid hard-court summer.
And here's a couple of points for 3-4 for Cho in the second. You know, after Mary Pierce was destroyed in that final at the French Open, 6-1 and 1 by Henin-Hardenne, it was easy to forget about her, but she was able to swallow that tough defeat and come
Played
back
well at Wimbledon.
Yeah, and then throughout this hard court as well. So while there's many in the women's field here at the U.S. Open that you could select as a solid chance for victory, not many votes for Mary Pierce, but she may have a strong say in the final outcome. That's good. Well, you're seeing the blue courts for the first time in our live coverage here on CBS. As you watch this replay, feeling was after many tests over a couple of years that the yellow ball against the green surface wasn't as easy to follow for players and fans as the contrast that the dark blue gives. U.S. Open blue. The center surrounded by winter green. I was a killer in my Crayola days. Do you like the blue? Do you think it
It's
sees you on
fine.
that?
It's fine. But I love how, someone tells you what a color is, and, you say it. I like that.
I'm colorful.
People hand me a lot of stuff, too. I don't always, you're more of a team player, I guess. That one hit the winter green.
It's almost, isn't it?
Went out.
Tough serving at that end, as you can see, at midday.
That's just good ball striking from Cho. She seemed overwhelmed in the first set by the bigness of the court, perhaps, and the occasion. She's playing better here in the second, and Enna is allowing her to play her way into some of these rallies.
And another error, and this one from the full backhand, the trusted wing of Henin-Hardenne. It leads 4-3 up a set here in the third round of the U.S. Open Champions. Day and night sessions, and they expect over 60,000 today and throughout the Labor Day weekend. Lines forming out on the plaza, beautifully restyled. Autograph who's down there?
One of the all-time greats.
Oh boy, that's one to treasure. Billie Jean King, one of the true immortals of this game. 4 times the winner here in New York. The U.S. Open has made a conscious effort to be much more fan friendly, and they're to be applauded for a lot of nice little, there's one of them, allowing fans to meet a great. The fact that after each match the winning player will sign 3 tennis balls and then send them off into the crowd as souvenirs. That has been a pattern throughout this first week, and not only popular with the fans, understandably, but the players seem to enjoy that connection as well. The touches with the fountains and the grounds are just immaculate. Beautiful flowers everywhere. And another double for Henin-Hardenne. That's 8 double faults. Now, she does have a high toss, and there are gusts of wind, but that's out of character. Checking the other scores.
Onto that one. I thought she was slightly out of position.
Our Mac Cam says early on the point one of those Cho volleys was long. 2 break points for her to draw even at 4-all here in the second. Wonderful depth from Cho, and she breaks. After losing the first 9 games of the match, she has taken some control. It's 4-all in the second.
For all the talk of Justine Henin-Hardenne's stylish one-handed backhand, CBS Swing Vision shows what happens on her forehand side, and this is actually the more powerful shot, although this one, as you can see, she's not stepping in, she's falling off of this shot. You see the stress of her muscles in her arm having to do all the work. And she's really got to work now because she's just not playing anywhere near her best tennis, and she's complicated this match with her errors, allowing Cho to feel more comfortable about competing on this great stage. And Cho's the one who's moving well, taking the ball a little bit earlier, forcing the play.
Winning 4 of the last 5 games.
There you go. There's the backhand. just loads up on it.
You saw the big advantage in the win column for Henin-Hardenne. The fact that Cho is pulled even here in the second set, testimony that the unforced errors also have mounted from Henin-Hardenne's end. And another. And Cho about to take the lead here in the second set. Her best Grand Slam effort, Cho's, was 2 years ago here. She made it to the third round. And another wild forehand, and Yoon-Jeong Cho, the 23-year-old Korean, up 5-4. Agassi about to tune up. We'll see him later against the talented teenage Czech Tomas Berdych. And players warm up and do. Oh, Xavier Malisse with a catch right on the back of the end zone line. Looks like he's got a pretty good arm as well. And a little duck on that one. All of which is a segue into football's a-coming. The start of the season a week from tomorrow, and a lot of high-definition TV and some terrific games here on CBS to start the year. And, of course, at 12 o'clock, Greg Gumbel and his talented cast will be there to get the table set for NFL action on CBS. Here, Henin-Hardenne trying to stop a free fall after leading 6-love, 3-love, as her opponent Yoon-Jeong Cho has run off 5 games in the last 6. Unforced. Look at that.
Well, at this stage now, Henin-Hardenne's trying to win this match with her legs because she doesn't seem to be able to trust the way her racket's behaving. And she's on the defensive, as we were talking about earlier. She's not nearly as dangerous an opponent. That's what she needs to do.
We're in Flushing Meadows, Queens. 2005 U.S. Open Championship, the 125th National Championship, and in the third round action, the winner of this to meet either Mary Pierce, 12th seed, or 17th seeded Jelena Jankovic. Jankovic, one of the many talented youngsters in the next wave in the women's game, and Henin-Hardenne has had a wary eye on that talented group. I start to feel old, she said. I'm only 23, but now I see these 15, 16-year-old girls, and it's not the end of my career, but I have a couple more years, so I have to enjoy my time. And that's better. Winning backhand, now forehand. That's set up in her wheelhouse. Couple of points for 5-all here in the second.
Nice easy hold from Justine Henin-Hardenne, and now she's thrown all the pressure back on Cho, who's much less experienced than Henin-Hardenne, trying to close out a big match. And she would do very well to get a lot of first serves in now, as you can see from those numbers.
Nice play. Remember,
Henin-Hardenne had won the first 9 games of the match. before allowing Cho to get back in. Now it really looks like she only wants to play a few more games here and be in the 4th round.
Yeah, she's turning up the volume.
Yep.
Meanwhile, updating action over on Armstrong. Gasquet with a break and serving to level that match against Lubicic. Here Henin-Hardenne breezed to a love set to start things, then won the first 3 of this set before a minor collapse, and Cho rallied to 5-all, and now 15-30 here at 5-all.
That's a sweet, sweet point. The quality point of the match from both players, trying to go from defense to offense, and finally decided by the Henin-Hardenne backhand.
And with it, 2 break points for Henin-Hardenne and a chance then to serve out the match. This woman at 23 with such a terrific resume. Already with 23 titles, that's 20th all time, an Olympic gold medal. Four Grand Slam titles.
A lingering hamstring problem is why she's got some tape. Back of her right leg, Justine. She had to skip the year's first major when she hurt her knee preparing for the Australian Open.
And there's the game break for Henin-Hardenne. She takes the lead, will serve for the 4th round when CBS's coverage of the U.S. Open continues after this word from your local Ash Stadium. Henin-Hardenne serving for the 4th round. A reminder of busy Saturday here from Flushing Meadows, and next up will be Rafael Nadal and James Blake, one of the many featured matches and much anticipated. Blake has been playing brilliantly, and of course Nadal, with all his fire, will bring that left-handed game to this center court. Show his talent doesn't just rest on the slow clay of Europe.
I see Dementieva in real trouble against Chakvetadze, one of 10 Russians in the top 25 in the world, and Chakvetadze about to beat last year's finalist, it would seem. She beat Meskina, the French Open champion of 04 last year here. That's good. This is well done. Justine wasn't able to get into the net comfortably enough. A little off balance, and Cho saw it and struck a nice passing shot.
And a couple break points. 2 chances to send the second set to a tiebreak. A little less relaxed in the Henin-Hardenne friends box. One breaker erased. Cho is coached by Il-Soon Kim, since she has served her coach as a great example.
Nicely done. Very nicely done.
And we go to a tiebreak to decide the second set.
Well, this is just, it's been such a funky set, hasn't it?
Tiebreak.
Anna was in control, 3 games away from an easy straight sets win. Then Cho started making the plays and going after the ball. Anna dropped back, and then it seemed like Anna was going to jerk the leash back on this match. But Cho took the aggressive angle. This is going to be all about who goes after it. And Anna lets it fly there and draws the error.
Nice to get that mini break on the first point. And Hardenne enjoys the early advantage.
As you're getting towards the end of the first week of a major, you better play to win. You better not just try to, make it a track meet and get a lot of balls back.
That 6-love opening set for Henin-Hardenne took barely 20 minutes. The second set's going to be over an hour before this tiebreak is decided. Well, the break advantage lost. 2-1 now as it swings to Cho.
Nice stuff from Cho. And Hardenne got herself in early trouble in that rally by being defensive, sliding back some forehands, and Cho got her way into the net.
And Hardenne on the run that last point. Takes a little extra time to grab some air. Back in the lead, 3-2. You mentioned earlier that the good memories for Cho here in New York 2 years
yelling,
ago.
"Go Cho!"
Go Cho! She made it through 2 rounds to the third, and raised some eyebrows when you saw who beat her 2 years ago, Monica Seles. Change ends at 3-all. The men will take over here at Ashe Stadium right after this women's match. Rafael Nadal, seeded number 2, youngest number 2 for a teenager in quite some time, against American James Blake at the top of the game. And how about Andre Agassi against young Tomas Berdych of the Czech Republic, who owns wins against Nadal and Federer the last 2 years. And if he's on the top of his game, Agassi's got a good challenge ahead of him, which this has become in the second set for heavily favored Justine Henin-Hardenne against 75th in the world Yoon-Jeong Cho. 3-all in the tiebreak. We said that the skydiving experience, if you're just joining us, nearly 20 jumps for Justine Henin-Hardenne has built up her courage and less concern about fear, and especially late in a match. She was fragile in her earlier years, and now as husband Pierre-Yves looks on, she's hoping that this is exactly the situation where when she needs to call upon it, can get just that, her best stuff. Point off Cho's serve for 5-3. Yeah, it was about the smartest forehand from Cho in the match.
She actually had to react to that one very quickly because it was such a big return. And that actually helped create the down the line angle.
Now Henin-Hardenne, the match on her racket. 2 serves here at 5-4. And 2 match points. Look, this crowd here at Ash appreciating the fight that Cho has given Henin-Hardenne here in the second set. She's caught their interest.
For serve.
She's got a pretty good game, Cho. I mean, this is the kind of result that she can build on, knowing she can hang with the very best. Taking advantage of a very streaky performance from Justine.
And Henin-Hardenne is through. Love and 7-6 against Yoon-Jeong Cho. Well done for the Korean. And Henin-Hardenne moves on into the 4th round and will be the seeded opponent, either Mary Pierce or Jelena Jankovic.
Yoon-Jeong Cho,
the 2003 U.S. Open champion, has advanced into the second week.
Jankovic and Pierce could be a very tough match, but I suspect that the way Mary Pierce has been playing, she'll get through that one. And then, as we've mentioned, that would be a rematch of the French Open final played earlier this year on clay.
And certainly Cho credited herself well in her appearance here on the big stage, the game's largest arena. Tracy Wolfson with the winner.
Thanks, Dick. Congratulations, Justine. An easy first set, but a lot of trouble in that second. What was the difference?
I think I was playing very well in the first set and beginning of the second, and then I just went one step back from the court, so she took the opportunities, and then she put on me a lot of pressure, but I'm very happy that I could handle it and win in 2 sets.
You've been struggling with a hamstring injury. How is that feeling?
It's okay. I think it's not going to be a big issue for me in this year's Open. I'll have to see after this tournament how I feel, but it's bothering me for a couple of months, and I hope it's going to be better in my next match.
Speaking of your next match, Jelena Jankovic or Mary Pierce, who defeated in the French Open to win that Grand Slam. Your thoughts on that one?
It's going to be a tough one. Both of them are playing very well. I think it's going to be a very interesting match. A good test for myself in the 4th round, and I hope I can make it.
Good luck, Justine.
Thank you very much.
Dick, back to you.
All right, thanks, Tracy. And Justine Henin-Hardenne, that hamstring still nagging. She said it's not any worse, but it's not any better, and she hopes it holds up until she can get back to serious training in November. Well, she's got some serious work ahead after winning here in the third round. On to the heavy opposition. Here's, we were talking about being friend and fan friendly. She signs 3 balls, as each winner will do, and then a little tease to the crowd, and 3 spectators will go home with a treasured tennis prize. He nailed that well into the upper tier. So Henin-Hardenne through to the 4th round. Next up, this is a match much anticipated. How good is James Blake's game? He'll be tested by Rock.